Alright, welcome back to the final league race of the season. It is round 21 in Abu Dhabi. You can see the weather. Dry, of course. And yeah, heading into this one, it was difficult because there were a lot of issues in the lobby to kind of start. So instead of starting at 8, you can just see we're just applying the setup here. Instead of starting at 8, this qualifier did not start till at least 20 past, at the very least. But here we are on the final lap of qualifying, and uh, I knew I could do a good time around here. Like, I'd done 34.2 in time trial. I knew a mid 34 is possible at the very at the very most, I would say, but I could get into the 34s at the very least. So, yeah, this lap is going fine so far, and really in sector 3, not so much here. This corner goes, that didn't help. I got a bit of a bump there, but these last two corners were absolutely atrocious. Missed that apex there, like went wide. I didn't miss the apex, I just went wide. I didn't get as much of the curb I needed to, and instead, yeah, I mean, we should have got a lot more on a 35 flat, but there you go. That's it. It's P4 with a 35 flat. Though I did enjoy Caesar's car is total there, as is mine. You can see the wheel running away down the tracks. I did enjoy. That put a smile to my face. But just a frustrating kind of build up because we were waiting for people that didn't have the update, and then updates been out for a few days, and all this kind of stuff, and it was just very annoying. And I'm sure it affected others. It affected me as well. But yeah, here's qualifying. You can see there, fourth place. This will become P3 because Stevie G actually he disconnected as we went back into the lobby because we tried to start this lobby the first time and it failed. Like everyone was just sitting at the lights waiting for the formation lap, and the formation lap never came. So we restarted, and it was 9 o'clock by the time we started the race itself. So. But because we had to start a new lobby, of course we had to load setups again. So I had to really concentrate, and just because people would ask me what the hell was going on, and I was like, hold on, I need a minute to load a setup. Obviously, we had to start on the tires we qualified on, even though they're fresh. The strategy is going to be soft, medium, and then we're going to see how this medium stint goes, and then we're going to apply the either mediums or the soft depending on circumstances, etc. So starting with 3.6 wing, and yeah, everything else was the same. Bring the fuel down. You don't need to use a ton of fuel around here. I found anyways, and anything you can kind of go without, I'd say do that. So yeah, here we go. I was not in the mood to race. Wouldn't have been upset if this race was cancelled because like it was just taxing. But anyways, here we go then. Didn't believe this was actually happening, but yeah, 5 red lights. And away we go. Decent launch off the line, but just a weird feeling because oh, we're actually going. This is it. Like, we're starting a 50% race. Like, this is it. So that felt weird. The car felt a bit weird to start as well, but eventually we'll get into it. But for now, it's just like it's strange. Like, it's like we're actually going. Like, this is a weird one. But Caesar gets away well, and Awesome Dude then in second place. He's had some really good qualifying moments this year. He's gone backwards in the race sometimes, but he's had some really good qualifying moments. Obviously, Russia comes to mind as well, but. Yeah, he's going to try and keep up. I actually try and keep up myself and not try and lose DRS. Synchronize right there behind me in 4. So we're going to settle here for the first lap, and we'll kind of go from there. So yeah, settle into P3. I was a bit of a moment there on that hairpin, and we are within DRS, but I need to use a bit more fuel and overtake because I need to try and stay within DRS. So the last thing I need is to be broken out of DRS from. Matt Holmes is behind us now in 4th. Synchronized had an incident somewhere. There's been a lot of incidents down this field, so yeah, pretty tough. But yeah, we're going to stay within DRS. These guys will get more racy eventually, but not quite yet. Awesome Dude is going to have a bit of a moment. I'm already thinking about pit stops at this stage because well, am I going to come out in clear air? What's the story? Here is my only warning of the race. Like, how can you be so bad as to get a warning? And like, how do you do that, man? How do you do that at that corner? That was really annoying. And yeah, I had to be careful because, like, I obviously look, Abu Dhabi is a track you can easily get penalties. So I did like to get one there was really not to spend one say in the chicane or whatever. To spend one there was really frustrating. So, but we are still within DRS of Awesome Dude. Again, we're just kind of chilling. Just he's getting closer to Caesar. I wanted him to try and fight because I wanted this to kind of bring me a bit closer. Not a bad run out of that corner to be fair, but he's going to get a bit more racy now as he opens his DRS. And again, I was wanting him to make a move, and he finally does go for something, and Caesar goes defensive. So great, this is going to bring me a little bit closer as they compromise themselves. I see Chubbs is behind us now on mediums, and I was a little bit worried about that, but not too worried. You can see Awesome Dude's wing has flown off, and I know we're entering a part of the track where it's like downforce obviously plays a key role. I'm like, I need to get by here quickly. I can't. If I get this move done quickly, I can stay within DRS of Caesar. I was hoping Awesome Dude wouldn't make it too hard and fight this too much, because obviously, look, he's at a severe disadvantage now. But trying to go down the inside here, but just couldn't get it done. I think the curb was just a bit too much, but thankfully this time he does pull into the pits, and we did lose DRS. I think, oh crap, that sucks. But thankfully this wouldn't be critical, and we were able to catch within DRS of Caesar very soon, because this is a theme in this race. Was that at the end of each stint, Caesar got a little bit slower, and I seem to have a bit more pace. And there's 3 stints in this race. Obviously, this stint, yes, second stint, then the third stint, obviously, after the second round of pit stop. So I'm going to go for the move here. Pull over to the left. He doesn't really fight this too much. I was debating where to pit this lap or next lap. I think the original plan was to pit lap 8. See, he fights there. I prioritise a good run out of that chicane, and even though he's going to go defensive, I'm just going to have so much more speed that I'm just whiz by. He's going to kind of fold in, pull in behind. I don't know what I'm trying to say, and so we can go from there. So late dive into the pits. I want to see what he would do. I think regardless, I was going to undercut this lap anyways, and I was going to come in this, and now that I got the overtake done, I was going to prevent the undercut. So Caesar apparently was running medium TC to begin this race, and so I think he changed it here. So out we go, medium tires on. I believe he's going to do the same, and I was like, I was pretty confident at this stage. I thought, okay, like, he didn't really pull away from Awesome Dude, and I was able to catch up there at the end. So I feel pretty confident I should be able to have, now that I have DRS, I should be able to stay within, to keep that 1 second range. But such is the madness of this race that we come out in P3. That's been how mad that's how wild this race has been behind me. So, but I didn't. This is where Caesar begins to come back a bit. So you can see this is the first lap, basically first running lap we do with the mediums. I did my time 39.1, and he does a 38.8. So he's definitely quicker than me at this phase of the race. So he did manage to cut into that DRS, and now he is behind me with DRS, and I'm trying to defend. Do I need to go that defensive? No, I didn't need to go this centre of the track. Turn in was fine. This corner I can't struggle with throughout this race, but he's just going to get a much better run out of that corner, and I'm going to stick to the left, try and defend it. DRS is quite powerful here. That lies a bit earlier this year down this straight, so he's going to go to the outside. I tried to defend this. I leave him the space. I actually didn't mean to leave him this much. I actually lost. You can see I actually lost the back end there, and
didn't mean to let him through like that.
Didn't mean to let him through that easily, but yeah, that was a mistake on my end. I lost the back end, but look, I was also okay with this, because it's like, okay, well, look, I can use this chance to save a bit of ERS. He might do the same as well, but I would rather save ERS. Yeah, I could save ERS now, because I was confident that I was confident that he wouldn't be able to pull away. Like, I never felt in danger that he was going to escape from this point onwards. Even though he did seem a bit quicker this phase of the race, you see him going lean and none with DRS to try and save a bit of fuel, save a bit of ERS as well. And again, he could do the same thing, but he's not escaping from me. So yeah, so I can stay within DRS and kind of go from there. Lap 14, we're getting closer. I think we're going to go to lap 20 and then put on the softs, I think is the plan. So I've kind of decided now at this stage this is what I'm going to do. So lap 16, he is going defensive. He maybe thought I was going to overtake him, but goes back over to the racing line. I'm not going to overtake him at this stage, but it's getting close. I'm like, again, he's slowing a bit this part of the stint. I feel like the pace is going to begin to come to me a bit more now, and I've got a decent amount of fuel. I've got a decent amount of ERS. I'm beginning to think this is close. I think I'm ready to make a move soon. So lap 17, you can see I've got full ERS now. I'm right behind him coming out of this corner, and I'm thinking, yep, this is go time. I'm ready to go. So overtake Rich, DRS is open, and now I want to make this overtake. Go swing to the right and then swing to the left. He doesn't really fight it, so we get this move done, trying to keep it nice and tidy through this part of the track. Make sure he doesn't get a chance to immediately respond. Excuse me, he has DRS, of course, so he will be a threat. And he's coming.
Turn the engine up as well.
But I hold on the position. So now, at this stage, I want to try and... I tried to escape. I tried to use a bit of DRS to try and break DRS. I couldn't do it. A poor run there to that corner, and yeah, he's going to have a good chance. He's going to again pull over to the right-hand side as he did before to start this stint. I'm going to try and go defensive. He goes deep. I see he's going in hot. I knew he was going to compromise himself. They're going side by side again. Good racing here. Leaving a space on the left. Sorry, I'm on the left, leaving space on the right. Again, leaving space, cut to the inside, leaving the space. I'm kind of further forward. I do have the centre of the track, so he has to kind of yield that position. Again, because he has a racing brain, he knows what to do. Again, could I have timed this better? Because, look, I tried to go a bit earlier this time than I did on the softs, obviously, to try and overtake. But, again, it's time to pit. I'm pitching this lap regardless, so quick jink to the right. I'm not sure if he was going to pitch this lap, but could I have timed this better where, you know, maybe he stays out, maybe he goes for the undercut, or sorry, maybe I go for the undercut on him rather than the other way around. I'm not sure, but like this race kept me guessing the whole way, like, because I wasn't sure. I really did enjoy this this part of the race, but we'll kind of get to that afterwards. But Caesar's actually got a penalty heading into the pits, not a speeding penalty, but entering the pits. He seemed to go over the white line, and yeah, he got a penalty. So I only have that one warning from lap 3 or 4, where I went wide at turn 3. It cut turn 3 there. This one. So, but once again, I've broken out of DRS from Caesar. I'm thinking, okay, I have to make this work this time. So we're on softs to end this race. That corner was not very good, but 1.5 seconds is the gap, and we can try and. I actually want to try and use some ERS to try and stay ahead at this stage. You can see there, fastest sector 3, but again, 1.5 seconds again, Holton Station. But this wouldn't last forever. I'm not sure what happened, but just, yeah, Caesar got within the DRS. You can see there, lap 24, 8/10. But these next 3 laps were absolutely key to this race. Now, Caesar's he's not up my rear end by any means, but he's still within DRS, so he's still a threat. But these next few laps, 38.5, the gap 1.5 seconds out to Caesar then. Good lap, broke DRS. That was a big moment. I think I broke in sector 3, obviously. Lap 25 and 26 again, 38.4. Good laps on these softs that do expire quickly. 1.8 seconds is the gap, and yeah, increased it further then. And by this stage, it's 3.1 seconds. So I think he may have just settled in after that. After kind of once it broke 1.82 seconds, on lap 27, I think he settled in. But this is the final lap of the race, and. Look, it was sloppy to get here. Obviously, we took an hour to get to this point to start the race. I wasn't in the mood to race once it started, but once kind of things got close to the end of the first stint and the beginning of the second stint, then where it was really like, oh, we've got this is going to be a real, this is close. Like, this is very close between us two, and it's going to be a real race. So, had me guessing the whole way. I didn't know. This victory may seemed easy. It wasn't easy because there's a lot of strategy elements to it, and. Obviously I had to overtake the first time round, preventing the undercut, coming in lap 7, preventing the undercut, coming out, having, what am I trying to say? I came out of DRS, Caesar came back within DRS, overtook me. I kind of tried to bide my time, sticking within that DRS of him to try and keep, obviously save a bit of ERS and fuel, etc., while keeping within 1 second. Choosing when to go, when to overtake. Tried to break free. I couldn't break free. Made a mistake. He tried to overtake, and we defended that, preventing the undercut again. But I think lap 20 was the right time to come in, anyways. And then again, out of DRS, he got back within DRS, and then do a good job then to break it. So really, this was a good end to the season. The best I could have hoped for, really, because we come across the line, and one last time, it's P1. In Abu Dhabi, and that is a fantastic result. Really good drive. Really happy with how I drove in that race. Again, the warning at turn 3 was kind of sloppy, but if this was the race that had decided the title, it would have brought so much more satisfaction, because the Brazilian race, obviously, look, I just needed the points to really do it, and yeah, just to get this one done. with actual racing, obviously with Brazil, there was a lot of overtaking done. Like I didn't really see another car basically from lap 12 onwards. Basically, when we put on the whatever we did to put on the mediums, basically didn't even see another car after that for like 24 laps basically, and then just it was a annoying race because it was so boring for me. But this one was much better, and it was a much more satisfying way to end rather than Brazil. So I wish this had been the race to decide it, but alas, I'd rather have the peace of mind knowing that it was done heading into this one. But there you go. There is the from P3. I didn't get the fast lap, obviously, but yeah, a good way to end the season. GG to Caesar, obviously a good season all around. We'll probably talk about the season a bit more in detail a bit later, but yeah, a good race in terms of strategy. I like a race decided by strategy and kind of when and where to go and pit stops, etc. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it rather than obviously pure pace. And obviously pace was there, but I'd rather it's just be about strategy than about pure pace. So that was fun. That was a fun race. So anyways, thanks very much for watching this season. Until next time.